Okay, maybe it's just me, but Christina, yeah, this episode didn't make you look good, girly. Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. And this is my review on Love and Marriage Detroit Season 1, Episode 10, Wish Upon a Star Factory. So, season finale. So, we are back at the awkward mother and son therapy session. And, Brandon gets emotional in all of his man bun glory. And his mother just looks like a brick wall, like nothing is there. She's just staring at Brandon like she's a statue. And so, what Brandon says, it sounds like not only his mother, but his father also wasn't available emotionally. So, he had a lack of connection with both of them. So the mother again, who is just not clicking, like, she's there, but no one is home. She tries to give an example about how she tried to reach out to him as far as voting in a voting situation and how she tried to connect with him, but he wouldn't say anything. And I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with her? Like, she lacks emotions herself. Like, she doesn't get it. Like, it's not clicking in her head. And I want to know if she's always been that way or the divorce just took her to another side because she's not there. And so, she even says, I know people who speak to their mother every day, and that's just not going to happen. So Brandon says, look, the conversations that we have is like a transaction. Like, it's a transaction. That's just what it is. And I'm like, hell yeah, because it damn sure sounds like it. And the thing is, what's very obvious to me about Brandon is that Brandon is very emotional. You can tell he's actually a sensitive guy, but because he grew up in a household where he did not see emotions at all from clearly his mother or father, he holds everything in. So when he finally does let out his emotions, it's not the healthiest way to let them out. For example, when his ass got drunk, apparently at that wine tasting event, and wanted to just let it out on Christina. So yeah, like it's a lot, but apparently they're gonna work on it. They hugged it out, talking about they love each other. Child, I guess it couldn't be me. I wish them the best of luck. So moving on. The Harper Ray event collab that Christina had, that was the big issue with between her and Colby. First of all, I just love Christina's style. Even when she's casual, she's just like really fly to me on how she, dresses and stuff. So, and that black and white dress that she had on for the event was everything. Absolutely loved it. And the Harper Ray store is really cute. So kudos to the black woman who owns Harper Ray and just that whole entire event. Colby goes to the event and she has on sneakers with a tan blazer, a long ponytail. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind, okay? What I just said, what she had on. Just hold that just for a minute, okay? So she looks comfortable though and cute. And so she came to support, and so did Latoya and Bravo's wife. And Latoya, just, I can't. Christina approaches the ladies and says, thank you for coming. And the fact that, she sees, how no one came in messy. Well, at first, no one came in messy. And how she liked the fact that the vibe was positive and they, hopefully they can continue on that path of being positive and supporting each other. And so with that, Christina mentions, Kobe, I know the, issue we had with the whole Harper Ray situation. And so the fact that you came, I really appreciate it. So Latoya Messy Ass decides to say, well, is there possibly a collab that can happen between you? And she's talking about Christina and Kobe. First of all, Latoya, mind your damn business. You do not have to be the middle woman for every freaking thing. Mind your damn business. These are two grown women. They can talk. That's the first things first. But I personally think that Latoya came to that event not only because it was a requirement for the show, but also she's trying to network for that damn wine line that she has. Because, of course, she tries to sneak in there that, maybe you guys can connect with food and wine bloggers and influencers. Of course. So you can try to sneak your shit in there. I'm not buying it. But with that being said, and another thing, Latoya, your dry ass personality, nobody in their right mind would really want to collab with you unless you're paying them and there's some real money involved, in my opinion, because you don't bring anything to the table but your stale ass energy. But yeah, so Kobe, says maybe in the future they can actually do a collab, her and Christina. But in the confessional, she actually is really mature and says that at this point, the focus is not a collab, but more so about building the friendship and the sisterhood again. And I absolutely agree. Absolutely. So moving on, the next scene, we see Christina going into Star Factory, and guess what she has on? She has on a tan blazer, sneakers, a ponytail, damn near identical outfit that Kobe had on at Harper Ray. Freaky as shit. Am I the only one who saw that? Is it just me? Or did I see double mint twins? Like, what the hell is going on here? It was a little freaky. Maybe it's just me. Y'all let me know in the comments. But moving on. So, Christina is there to help Brandon. And so she meets Nyjah for the first time. And remember, Nyjah was the new artist that Christina didn't know about. And so Nyjah does her rehearsal. And this is when I started to side-eye Christina. Okay. Now, she was right on some things about Nyjah. One, the girl did seem out of breath and she did seem nervous. She talked about Nyjah's look as an artist. In my opinion, who gives a shit? She was at rehearsal and she is at Star Factory for a reason, to be developed. So that wasn't a time to be focused on her style anyways. But my main side eye with Christina is that when she was giving Nyjah feedback, saying that she needs to hit her notes and she needs to have some more texture to her voice, notice that Christina wanted to make sure that she promoted her voice in the process. And I was just like, okay, I get it. We know you can sing, but it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder about Christina and Brandon. And at this point, I'm trying to figure out if one of her main issues with Brandon is that he didn't take the initiative to develop her as far as being an artist and a star. Because to me, when she did that moment, when she was singing, to me, that moment wasn't really about giving Nyjah some feedback. That moment was about, I can do this and I can even do it better. But maybe that's just me. Because I feel like that was a moment for Christina to try to put herself out there. So I think it was a show-off moment. But y'all let me know. Because I felt like that's what it was. And maybe I really feel that way because what happens later on in the episode, but we'll get there in a minute. So, two scenes that I really don't give a shit about. Kobe complains. What else is new? Kobe complains about wanting to go to couples therapy because she feels like her and Russell, don't communicate well. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't even remember a scene this season where Kobe has ever had a good time and was just actually smiling and enjoying herself. I'm over it. Moving on. Another scene I don't care about is LaToya and Anthony. And they are talking, and she claims her and Anthony have grown a lot. Bullshit. And then she says that at this point, she wants Anthony to be clear about what he wants from her and what he needs from her. So, yeah, moving on. So, the showcase is here. And I'm sorry, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but to me, this showcase looked like it was in somebody's backyard, like it was a damn day party. But again, maybe that's just, a nice little place to do a showcase. Barely did see the stage. I was like, what the hell is this? And while we're seeing this, we don't even really get to see most of the artists. The main artist that we saw as far as performance is concerned is Nyjah. Now, based on what Brandon said, he has several artists there, but we really only saw Nyjah. So, in my personal opinion, this showcase was strictly for the show, not really to show off Detroit artists, because if that's the case, we would have saw more of them, but whatever. So, Lyrique comes to the showcase, apparently against Brandon's wishes, because he said he didn't want him to come, but you already know production was going to set that up, even if Anthony told him not to come. But we know Anthony is a messy bitch, so he probably didn't tell Lyrique not to come. So with that, it's awkward as hell, and we all know Brandon doesn't like confrontation. From what we see on the show, Lyrique doesn't even greet Brandon. I'm about to say Grandin. He doesn't even meet Brandon or greet him, nothing. He goes straight to Christina after he hugs Anthony. And to me, he clearly still has a thing for Christina. He has a thing for Christina. It's so obvious. But I'm sorry, Christina. In my opinion, you were a little too friendly. And y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. And I think it was done on purpose for several reasons, and I'm going to explain myself. So here's the thing. I think that Christina prefers the macho man vibes that Brandon does not give, and Lyrique gives a lot of that macho man alpha male vibes. And Christina wants that from Brandon. She wants the alpha male vibes from him. And you know how you have those type of females that feel like maybe talking to another guy will make that man step up, that they want to step up or whatever. But my thing is, Christina, you know who you married. You've been with that man for 11 plus years, and you know what came with it. And he has a lot to work on in regards to his emotions and all of that stuff. But I don't know. Like, I felt like she was doing it on purpose. And this possibly was get back also with the type of bullshit he did with the artist that apparently he just had inappropriate conversations with, but didn't have any infidelity issues. But yeah, but I think it was done on purpose. But also, I think that Sean, aka Lyrique, believed in Christina's talent more than Brandon did, or even continue. Like, Brandon clearly does not focus on Christina when it comes to her talent. And maybe Christina played it off as if she's not interested anymore, but she clearly is interested in pursuing the music end. So I think for those reasons, Lyrique is an alpha male, and he really was pushing Christina. I think she low-key wants that from Brandon. But my problem is, it was so obvious that Brandon felt uncomfortable with the conversation that Lyrique was having with Christina. I just thought it was inappropriate, but maybe it's just me. Now, apparently she was on live right after the show, and she said Brandon is a grown man, and he knows how I am, and he knows I would never be disrespectful. I don't understand what him being a grown man has anything to do with it. Like, he's not confrontational. He's sensitive. So even if he had a problem with it, he's not going to be verbal about it. But it was obvious from what I saw, He was uncomfortable. And you should know your man better than anyone. And I think you knew he was uncomfortable, but you didn't give a shit. You just didn't. So with that, Colby is instigating the situation the whole entire time in the confessional. Is like, who is this guy? And why is she like flirty with him? And is this your ex? And Brandon is just staring and standing there. And I would normally say, Colby, shut the hell up. But hell, she had a point in this situation, because I probably would have been looking like, what the hell is going on here? Because it was awkward. It was an awkward situation. So Brandon and Lyrique and Christina go to the side and they talk, and there's security behind them. So I guess they assume something could possibly pop off, but it's Brandon, so nothing was about to pop off. But, Brandon's like, look, I know my wife has a lot of love for you, but from my understanding, you were trying to steal my artist. And Lyrique was like, I don't get down like that. I wasn't trying to steal your artist. Brandon doesn't necessarily believe him. And he said, look, at this point, maybe, she brought us together. I don't know who to believe, but maybe she brought us together so we could just squash this or whatever. And then Lyrique, being the shady alpha male, is like, well, I've known her for a long time. She knows me as Sean, because don't nobody call me Sean. I got seniority over her. And I was like, really? Really? And then Brandon's like, let me show you the ring. Like, I got the seniority, or whatever the case may be. So they agree that possibly they're going to do a collab together with Christina. But Christina, I'm going to need you like that. I don't know. Y'all let me know, but I just felt like it was wrong. The vibe was off, and there was a better way for her to handle that based on what we saw on the show. And if you want to pursue your damn music career, damn it, pursue it. And it may not necessarily be that you need to pursue it with your husband. Maybe you need to get separate producers, and maybe he's just truly your husband in the situation while you pursue it, and he's not on the business side of your singing career. I don't know, but it seems to me that she probably regrets that she never pursued it. Because even when Lyrique was saying, why aren't you up here singing and stuff like that, like you can tell she wants to be in the industry. She wants to be in it. So, I guess. Apparently, Lyrique and Brandon squashed the beef. We'll see. But anywho, so then the boring bullshit at the end comes. It's the end of the showcase, and their fake asses all come together. Anthony claims the brotherhood is still there between him and Brandon. And then Brandon claims that he sees, Anthony still as a Judas. Brother. And so that he just doesn't know, like, if he has to keep dodging the arrows. And I'm just like, Brandon, stop being nice and just be honest. You don't trust him. You don't like him. It is what it is. I'm sick and tired of this fake shit. But they say a fake little prayer together, and then they end the show. And the reality is, while it ended on a good note, apparently, all the fuckery begins next week at the reunion. So I'm excited to see that, because maybe we'll actually get some real deal honesty on that damn stage. And it looks like, based off of the preview, that Brandon throws his wife under the bus again. Good old man bun, but we shall see. So what did you guys think about this episode? Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.